moment right there. Heck yeah! Woo! Come get it. Good job.
Steve Welsh, the galley cook on board the Freedom out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California, is always up for a big adventure. Sturgeon fishing on the Columbia River in Oregon was absolutely mind-boggling good. You're about to see these prehistoric creatures jumping out of the water. They released fish as big as 10 feet long, 400 plus pounds, and 80 years old. Wow!
Yeah, gonna jump again. Oh! Kind of push his nose away from the boat. Gotta get him all the way over. There you go. Oh! Oh my God, it's big. Big boy.
As soon as we were saying we had nothing.
There you go. Oh!
Steve said you can't find a better guide than Mark from Foul Attitude. He can't wait to fish with his friends Bill Burke and Tammy Conkrite again. What a memory. On September 24th through the 26th, we'll be on board the Apollo, and you are invited for this very special 2-day trip. It is limited to only 21 anglers, includes all meals, and should be fantastic. This is when we have our best weather months in the fall, and the Apollo, they've been on their game this year. Outstanding fishing and really nice weather. Then we're going to switch over to the Amigo out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California for another 2-day adventure. October 6th through the 8th should be another great trip. Tanner, Cortez Bank, and anywhere else the fish are. Don't forget, text me at 657-227-6459 to get on board the Apollo and or the Amigo. Best weather months of the year, and hopefully lots of fish for you to catch.
Hey, good morning. Yes, Island Tackle Charter, Cedros Island.
What time is it, Tyler?
Hey, coming to you live from Cedros Island. Phil, it's Sam De La Torre and Tyler Tanaka. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Yell it down.
Get him, baby, get him.
Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to absolutely beautiful Surfside, California, here in Southern California. It's great to be with you all. You know, it's actually kind of cool here this morning. If you're somewhere where it is really hot and you can steal away to the beach for a little while today, do it. I hope you're out fishing, and I hope you are catching some fish because there's some spectacular stuff we've got going on. First of all, I've got to thank Tyler Tanaka and Sam De La Torre for that greeting from Cedros Island. What a way to start the morning briefing. That was spectacular, Tyler. I absolutely loved it and deeply appreciate you taking time out of your busy yellowtail catching down there at Cedros Island. That sounded fantastic. Hey, by the way, any of you around the world that would like to do an intro into the morning briefing while you're catching a fish or hiking or enjoying the great outdoors, we're open to it. Send it to me, and we will pop it up there for you. It was fantastic. Also, speaking of Sam De La Torre, he'll be live with me tonight at 6:15 from Island Fishing Tackle for Tackle Shop Confessions. Right before that at 4:15, we'll be at our home base, 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro with the Danny Cadota Show. So a very busy day today for Friedman Adventures. And thanks to all of you for all the likes. We deeply appreciate it, for sharing these videos, for subscribing to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel and ticking that little bell because you get notified when there's new content. And also you can catch us on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. We deeply appreciate it. I have tagged on our little surf fishing adventure here yesterday onto the end of today's report, so don't go anywhere if you want to check that out. Didn't catch a ton of fish, but certainly beat the heat and had a lot of great fun. And one more thing, Steve Welsh on board Well, not on board. He was on the Columbia River in Oregon catching 80-year-old, 400 plus pound, 10 feet long. I'm not talking about Steve Welsh. I'm talking about the sturgeon that he caught and released and saw jumping out of the water when he hooked him. You saw that lead in, man, that was fantastic. Maybe I'll see Steve at 22nd Street Landing later today. Really fantastic stuff. All right, let's get into it. We're going to have a weather alert for you here in just a little bit when I get to Tanner and Cortez. Things are changing out there. In fact, it's pretty breezy right here, right now, so we'll see how that all plays out. But I'll have that weather alert for you and let you know exactly what that wind and weather is going to do. All right, let's go south of the border. We just have to mention that the trip to Cedros for island fishing tackle, man, the guys from Island Fishing Tackle went down there and they had a spectacular trip. Tyler and Sam De La Torre from Tackle Shop Confessions from Island Fishing Tackle in Carson, California, and another guy caught and released, was it 63 or 64? 64 yellowtail. I'll air on one more fish. It was fantastic fishing at Cedros, and you're going to get to ask questions about that and learn more about how you can go and fulfill your dreams down there at Cedros on tonight's Tackle Shop Confessions at 6:15. Make sure you tune in and ask Sam a question. He'll go through all that. We're not going to ignore what's going on locally or down in northern Baja or anything else, but we are going to focus in on Cedros quite a bit because these guys are fresh off a magnificent trip. If you'd like to come down and watch the show live, you're always invited. And then we go out and have some chicken wings, usually after the show. You're more than welcome to join us. Island Fishing Tackle, be there 6 o'clock tonight, and we'll find a chair or, you know, you can sit in Dan Lightfoot's lap, something like that. But we would love to see you. All right, let's get into it. Again, down south of the border, Cedros, fantastic. Ensenada area, we've got a situation offshore where that bluefin tuna bites one day and then doesn't bite for a couple days. It shows almost every single day. You see it really, really well. It's up and it's breezing around and it's boiling, but sometimes it's very, very finicky. Trolled Mad Mac lures, perhaps the best way to get a bite, but you can also get them on those Daiwa Sakana lures that you toss into those frothing schools of bluefin tuna. Again, don't fish iron on bluefin with anything less than 50 pounds. That's what I like you to throw the iron with. A lot of guys will throw 40 and you can get away with that, but 50 is best. Now, the bluefin are not all that big, but every once in a while, you'll get a 100-plus pounder. Most of them are 15 to 40 pounds with some 60s mixed in there also. You come inshore, closer to Ensenada, which is located 70 miles below the border, and you're catching calico bass and sand bass and some barracuda flurries from time to time. Those yellowtail should be back up under the birds again with the boat pressure off here today on this beautiful Monday morning, so hopefully that will be the case down there. You roll up on those schools of yellowtail. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't, but you need to make a perfect cast and then take a couple of winds and hope that you're going to get slammed by a really nice yellowtail. That is always really good stuff. Hey, I think Valentino's come by. Want to say good morning to Valentino? Let's do it. Buenos dias, Valentino. All right, what a truly great guy. He is hard working, as always, down here in Surfside on this beautiful, gorgeous morning. It can't get any nicer than it is. All right, there you have it. South of the border, we've covered that. Let's go to long range, though. Right now, the Royal Polaris all over the yellowtail and the yellowfin tuna. It is a familiar theme this year. The 7 and 8 day boats out of San Diego have been putting the wood to the yellowfin tuna, and the grade has been absolutely beautiful with a lot of 40 to 80 pound yellowfin tuna. You'll catch some smaller and every once in a while one bigger, but man, that is such a beautiful grade of fish, and it's been good all year long. And lots of yellowtail, as you can see by the photos we posted from the Royal Polaris. Great stuff indeed. Arriving down there right now is the Independence, my favorite long-range boat. I love fishing the Indy. She is so big and beautiful, great crew, so spacious, and catching fish all the time. In fact, we've got a 5-day trip in April of next year that you can join us on. Just go to independencesportfishing.com or give the office a call and say hi to Paulina for me, because she's got to be one of the finest and nicest people to walk the face of the earth. All right, great. Long-range fishing continuing. It is not slowing down one bit at all. All right, time to go out to Tanner and Cortez Bank, where it has been really steady and awesome fishing. I mean, it can't get much better. You've got the nighttime bite on the big fish. You've got the daytime bite on really nice fish, 30 to 50, 60-pound bluefin tuna. We are so blessed and so spoiled here in Southern California. Spectacular fishing indeed. The Excalibur on a 2-day trip. Guess who was out there? The Rooster Crow crew. The guys that come by my office, and whenever they see me, they do the Rooster Crow, which I sincerely love, Daryl. Daryl Folger was out there with a bunch of crazy guys from Largo Concrete. I mean, Daryl said these guys are so crazy that, no, Daryl didn't say that, but I figure a bunch of guys from a construction company, they're going to be pretty crazy. I know my son and the guys that go from XL Paving, they were on the Excalibur, I think, and they're crazy, man. Crazy in a good way, all right? Having good fun. Great plunker by Daryl said. It was really good. Limits on the 30 to 60-pound bluefin tuna. Again, when you're in a plunker bite, you've got maybe 2 or 3 or maybe 4 going. Sometimes you're dry. You got to choose a good hot bait. You got to fish that lighter fluorocarbon 25. I prefer you're fishing 30 and 40-pound fluorocarbon, but if you have to drop down, do it. If you don't have to drop down, though, fish the heaviest line possible. Those fish have teeth. They will chew you off, so you want to fish some heavy line. At night, Daryl said the 50 to 160-pound fish were on the bite. Really great stuff going on. And he said the hot lure was the Daiwa SK lure. It was working really good. He liked the 300 to 400-gram lures. Also, eddy bombs have been super hot here recently. Rip rollers have been super hot. We get that from the Highliner, and Max, he told us the other day that those jigs also super effective. So some really great stuff going on. On board the Tribute, there's a 12-year-old kid, and you know, he's learning the trade. He's working hard. His name is Kyle Cardella. Kyle, hope you're doing good, my friend, because your hard work and dedication out there learning the trade, man, that is to be admired, and we salute you here at Friedman Adventures for all the hard work you're doing. You know, his dad, Jesse, has a pizza joint over there in Carlsbad named Pizza Port, and Jesse loves to fish, so it follows that his son would follow in his footsteps. Well, anyway, Kyle's been kind of helping out on the Tribute, and last night he hooked a really big fish and handed it to a passenger. There you see it. He hooked and handed that gorgeous bluefin tuna. That is great stuff. Kyle, way to go, my friend, out there on board the Tribute. That nighttime bite has been fabulous. I talked to Diego Nuno, deckhand on the Royal Star. He had to give a hand to some of the guys because, man, these fish are big and they are tough. Up to 200-plus pounds of fish on the night bite. He said it was fantastic last night. 40 to 200-pound fish last night. Daytime bite on the Tanner Bank. Diego says, what absolutely fantastic. 30 to 50-pound fish biting again in that plunker kind of bite. Really fantastic fishing. It's getting a little breezier here this morning. It's nice and cool though, man. You gotta love that. So once again, some really great stuff going on board the Royal Star. Speaking of Diego Nuno, Diego and I are doing a used tackle drive. We're getting used tackle from all of you, and we're going to take it down to the kids on Cedros Island. So if you get a chance, please go by one of the drop-off places. Hook, line, and sinker in Santa Barbara. Eric's Tackle in Ventura. Ventura Sport Fishing in Ventura. Island Fishing Tackle, Carson, California. In Bellflower, we've got Young's Fishing Tackle, where you can drop some stuff off, and big fish, bait, and tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California. Hey, you can drop off that used tackle and we'll get it down there. So anyway, Diego doing a great job on the Royal Star and a nice report there, no question about it. Coronado, Pier Point Landing, 110 on the bluefin tuna. A nice hit for them. Patrick Harnjack is a loyal Friedman Adventure family member. Patrick is down there right now in line to get on board the Vagabond, going on a 5-day trip. All the best to you, Patrick. I hope you put the wood to him on that trip and hope you catch lots of fish. So once again, great fishing out there. However, Here comes the caveat, right? I know, you got a trip coming up. This weather is breezy as we speak. It was breezy yesterday. It's going to get really breezy this afternoon. And then we got a week of up and down weather, but mostly throughout the entire Monday through Friday. If the forecast holds, it's going to be very breezy, at times almost too breezy. We'll wait to hold judgment on that and see where we go. But it's going to start getting very, very breezy. So I would have some 500-gram jigs for sure, and keep your fingers crossed that you'll be able to fish that stuff. Tonight looks like it's going to get snotty, and tomorrow looks like it could be snottier. So it's going to be quite windy here as we take a look at that situation out there on Tanner and Cortez Bank. Hopefully it will not shut that bluefin tuna bite down. We'll keep our eyes on that for you very, very closely. Great fishing. Now we're starting to turn towards some nasty weather. The longer range forecast, if you're thinking about next weekend, and that's getting a bit far out there, these forecasts can become inaccurate when they're that far out there, but it's for calm, beautiful, gorgeous weather. And that's what we get in our falls. But we're still in summer here. And when you have these high inland air temperatures, you get creamed sometimes with this kind of stuff. Hey, if you have tax problems, unfiled taxes, you don't even have to have problems if you want to just do your taxes. Tim Marquez is your man. He was just down at Cedros Island. He's a great guy. Give Tim a call today. And for heating and or air conditioning needs, it's a hot one. You need that air conditioning working perfectly. John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. All right, let's go to the islands and see what's going on at the Coronado Islands. At the islands, kind of hit and miss right now. Some days they bite, some days they don't. If you want the odds in your favor, you're going to be fishing weekdays when there's way less boat pressure. That should make a difference today. We'll see how that all plays out. But again, it's nowhere near the bite where we were catching 100 per boat per day. At one time we were doing that. There's some offshore bluefin nearby also. It's been a lot of show and not all that much go, but yesterday on the San Diego, they had a little shot of both yellowtail and bluefin tuna. Not bad at all. The Mission Belle yesterday was out there at the Coronado Islands and had 10 bluefin and 9 yellowtail. Those kind of scores are becoming more commonplace here with those bluefin entering into the pictures as guys fish the Coronado Islands, don't get the bite they want, and then they go offshore and find some bluefin. They're seeing a lot of that bluefin, and it seems like just a case where the light switch needs to go on, and maybe today will be the day. So Mission Belle, San Diego, several other guys getting in on it. There are guys that get out there and look around and come up with a blank. I mean, that offshore fishing can be tough at times, so we'll keep our eyes on that for you. Nautilus sport fishing, see that photo, nice day at the Coronado Islands on the yellowtail for those boys on this golden hour beautiful morning. It can't get any nicer than it is here today. Where's Stan Lightfoot? He should be down here again today. Oh, he's got to take Michael to school. Maybe he'll drop by after that, who knows. So that's what's going on in the Coronado Island region as we bring you up to San Clemente Island. There's still the occasional hit on the white sea bass at the island. There's going to be more boats in there. I got a feeling fishing, trying to get out of this wind. If you can make some squid, drop or loop, catch some big yellows, not a lot, and some occasional really good hits on white sea bass, like limits of white sea bass. But again, most of the time it's 5 to 10 on the white sea bass or less than that at Clemente. If you wander around the island in the daytime, you can catch some fly line, sardine, yellowtail, and the calico bass fishing is pretty darn good there right now. At Catalina Island, we continue to see just a real variety of fish, but no big hits on anything. Freelance had a nice yellowtail yesterday. There's some, whitefish, and there's some sheephead, and there's a little bit of calico bass, and occasional barracuda, occasional halibut, just a wide variety, and just picking a few of those in most cases. However, the rock fishing can be quite good, and if the guy that's running the boat throws in the towel and says, let's go rock fishing, sometimes you can get loaded up pretty well on bottom grabbers to go home with some good eating fish. The El Patron has special weekday prices going to Catalina Island out of Long Beach, California. Just go to longbeachsportfishing.org and you can get on the El Patron. Again, cheaper prices during the week, less boat pressure over there. Lighter fluorocarbon, and you'll catch some more calico bass. Keep that all in mind, and you should do really, really great. Don't forget tonight, 4:15, Danny Cadota show live from 22nd Street Landing, 6:15. Sam De La Torre, Island Fishing Tackle, talking Cedros Island and everything else that is going on here in SoCal and northern Baja California. And you can ask questions on both those live shows. So keep that in mind. Really looking forward to bringing you both of those. How did you like those 400-pound sturgeon jumping out of the water at the beginning of today's show? I just had to mention that one more time again. Way to go, Steve. What an adventure that truly was. All right, up there in the Channel Islands, pretty tough conditions on the Island Spirit. I talked to Captain Daniel Hadaway, and he said a little bit too much wind and current and everything else, but we still managed to sack up some nice rockfish. Looks like it's going to be a little breezy off and on, but they're going to have periods of really nice weather up there also. And the Island Spirit is our boat. Big, comfortable, roomy, and they work their tails off with customer service to make sure you're going to have a really great trip. All you have to do is go to VenturaSportFishing.com or give them a call to get on the Island Spirit at 805-676-3474. Up there in Avila Beach, Santa Barbara. I know, let's go Santa Barbara. Rockfish, Avila Beach, Morro Bay, rockfish. San Francisco, got to watch this wind on this albacore, but when you have some decent weather up there, there's some decent albacore fishing. What looks to me to be mostly 8 to 15 pound albacore with some 20 pounders kicked in there. Also, there's still some halibut being taken up there. Superior lingcod fishing out of Monterey and also up there out of San Francisco. I don't know how you can beat that kind of fishing. Let's go down to San Diego, and they are still having one heck of a year on the local scene. Half-day boats have been just all over it. New Seaforth, the Premier, the Dolphin. Those guys are all over the sand and calico bass. Sometimes it's shorter bass and you're releasing a lot of fish. Other times you're taking home a limit of calico bass, especially when you drop the fluorocarbon down to 15 and you fish a good hot bait. That'll make all the difference in the world to you. So good fishing down there. Occasional yellowtail, white sea bass, also Oceanside and Dana. A lot of short calico bass up there. They catch an occasional yellowtail also out of there. And there's a little bit of sheephead and whitefish and rockfish for those boys. Here in Long Beach, San Pedro area, a little bit of bass, but mostly sculpin, whitefish, rockfish, that kind of a thing. Nick Ramirez is one of the finest Friedman Adventures family members you'll ever want to meet. He's a great guy, a hard worker, and his love of sport fishing is infectious, to say the very least. He was out on the Spitfire, and he said, Phil, full speed fishing out of Marina del Rey on their local scene, outstanding calico bass fishing. He said it was every single bait. And what was the key? Can you take a guess at what Nick said? 15-pound fluorocarbon. Drop it down. Take your time. Choose a really good hot bait, and that'll make all the difference in the world to you. So really good bass fishing for Nick, and he had his first lingcod on that trip. Also, Nick, thank you for all you do. Patreon member, great guy. Really appreciate you very much. Out of Redondo, a nice big yellowtail. They say it weighed 46 pounds on the Redondo special. Fishing locally, lost a couple of other fish. They're big, they're tough. And is there more of them out there? We'll find out as we continue to watch that for you very, very closely. Surf fishing. Well, we were here yesterday, and I'm going to tag on to the end our surf fishing adventure yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Mitchell Herget was with us, and he is such an extraordinarily great guy. He's running over helping kids that he doesn't know, families he doesn't even know. He's more concerned about other people catching fish than catching fish himself. And he has some great tackle tips for surf fishing at the end of today's report. So stick around and watch. And I kind of just let it all play. Sometimes I'll narrate over it, but you know, you hear enough of my voice, blah, blah, blah. So I just kind of let it roll on. Let me know if you like that style or not, where we're just kind of in the moment here at the beach. So once again, a little bit of fish, you'll be able to see exactly what we did. Big fish bait and tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. They have everything you'll need in terms of bait and tackle and so much more. And they have a free custom, beautiful surf fishing rod they give away every single month. It's a new species of fish every single month. This month, it's a halibut. Make sure you drop in there. You have to buy their official ruler. I think it's $8. Then you're in the tournament for the rest of the year. Every month, a new fish, a new surf fishing rod. So keep that in mind. and you can win big down there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Some Corbina being taken down there around Huntington Beach and Bolsa Chica. Also, there's the occasional perch, but the water's a little too warm for that. 70 plus degrees now on the beach. Occasional halibut also in here on the surf. And also we continue to see pretty good Corbina fishing up there in the Santa Monica Bay. It's been decent up there in that neck of the woods. All right, my friends. Hey, CCA, I believe, is handing out their prizes today for the great tournament that they had. I believe it's at 3 o'clock today, so perhaps tonight on the Island Fishing Tackle Shop Confessions. That's the name of it. Perhaps tonight we'll be able to announce who were the big winners. We'll let you know about that. All right, it's gorgeous here. It's kind of cool. You know, I can almost use a sweater right here this morning. I know you want to kill me, right? You're sitting in 115-degree heat right now, but it's really beautiful. I can't thank you all enough for joining us. Tyler Tanaka, one more time again. That was great stuff from Cedros. And if you have an intro to the morning briefing or any of our other shows where you're catching a fish and doing the intro, send it my way, 657-227-6459. All right, my friends, 4:15, 22nd Street, Danny Cadota Show, 6:15, Island Fishing Tackle Shop Confessions, and who knows what else in between. Have a great one, and I hope to see you really, really soon.
Welcome to Friedman Adventures, little tackle breakdown going on. So we're doing some surf fishing out here and just a little couple simple little tips and tricks for you. Surf fishing could be a little intimidating to some. You think you might have to use really light line or you might have to really finesse the fish. Sometimes that's not really the case. Just to kind of show you what I'm using 15-pound leader. You hear a lot about 6-pound, even things like that, but you don't really have to go as light all the time. As long as you're using kind of smaller, thinner hooks like mosquito hooks, size 6, size 4, something kind of thin. I like to use fluorocarbon just so it's not as stretchy. It's some nice thin braid. That really helps get it farther out, and also you can cut through the waves a lot easier. Bait of the day is lugworms. Kind of break them into halves, maybe into a third. Really works for a lot of species around here. We even had earlier this morning, when Phil's doing the morning briefing, a white sea bass and a halibut. I didn't get it, but what a catch on a lugworm. Another little trick is when you put on your lugworm, don't just clump it up. Just you want your bait to look as lively and as natural as possible. So kind of just put it through the mouth and keep running it up like a piece of thread. Once you get down to your eyelet of your hook, kind of push them down a little bit. Sometimes it might be a little hard if they don't want to cooperate, but the more you can kind of slide them down, the better. So we got a little presentation there. I'm even using a 3-ounce weight, so I'm not even bouncing around or anything. I'm kind of letting it sit there. I'm throwing it out as far as possible. If I'm not getting hits, maybe just crank the handle a little bit. Work the zone. Move it a little bit. Don't just reel in all fast. You don't really have to, just work it right in. So we're gonna cast it out as far as we can. We'll keep you updated with the next catch. right, he's coming in. Right here. Yeah, get back. Here. See it? See it right here? That was the seaweed. Come here. You got covered the seaweed. You got covered the seaweed. It's okay. Okay, okay. You got covered the seaweed right there. Don't step on him. Don't step on him. Watch out.
Nice going, you guys. Yeah, guitar fish.
Yeah, you guys, there's no stinger. You can pick them up. Yeah, you can grab them. There's no stinger. But you can grab them. There's a couple spikes. Grab the fishing line. There you go.
You can just grab him by the tail and look. There you go.
Oh, buddy's excited to get his shovel nose in that net. I love it. They're getting the good streak here, Phil.
Good stuff, right, Mitchell?
Awesome. Michael will be jealous. Sorry about that.
No problem.
You want to bring him over here, buddy? Thank you. They're a mix between stingrays and sharks. They're called shovel nose. Now when we get a picture, right over there. Yeah, buddy. That's all right. You'll be fine. All right. Well, it's heavy, Shovel nose right there. Yeah. And then look, you see how his eyes are on this one side right here? Yeah. They swim flat and his mouth is down there. So they bring in water through here and then they let it go through here and they eat.
You have blood on your hands.
That's alright, we'll wash it off.
We're hunting, bro. There it is. That's why it's the first one. You want to take it or you want to take it back? You want to throw it back?
You catch more. The tail's on. Yeah, that's the window we put it in. Slow day, man. Working all day for this croaker.
Man, that's all
Make it
right,
look
man.
bigger right there.
Wow. Hey, is that number 2 for you or what?
Yeah, second yellowfin, one shovel nose. One of the kids over there got a shovel nose.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, it's just a great day. Best way to spend a Sunday with the Friedman family,
I'm
Phil.
telling you, Mitchell, you're
Yep.
number 1,
We're
dude.
blessed, Phil.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
good job.
Go share with the kids over there. And let
You
them
got
go.
it.
Right on, Phil.
Woo! Nice,
They're
Mitchell.
so cute, man. They're so cool. These are sharks. We get 2 sharks in Southern California around here that don't really have any teeth. One of them, the smooth hound, then we got leopard sharks. They're like sandpaper. Perfect for the kids to catch, no worries. But boy, they are strong. These little guys are strong. I'm gonna go show them the kids and let them go.
All right, good job.
What kind of? Croaker
Ben,
bass?
podemos ver?
Croaker.
¿Qué son? Muy bien, señor. Descubro la molestia. A ver.
Wow! Lots of yellowfin.
Hey, señor. Gracias. Adiós. What a fun day today at the beach, and what a great way to beat the heat. It was fantastic. And Mitchell, well, we have to have him back to do another surf fishing tutorial again really, really soon. Hey, Monday on the beach, beat the heat. Should be really, really beautiful. I'm thinking very seriously about going out there again. A lovely day in Surfside, California. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.